I've been researching the concept of time for a bit now, and what I come to understand, or the theory that I've created, which I actually brought from trading, is that the reality operates in two forms, which are accumulation and distribution. And you can see it, I mean, that's just the names I gave it because, as I said, I was inspired by trading, and there is the theory of, market has to accumulate, then distribute, and to distribute, it has to have some energy, so it has to accumulate. And I think that is very, very true in our reality, and that everything operates the same way. So even for us humans, to do something, we have to have energy for it. And if we look outside, we can see that there's sun, daylight, there's day, and then there's night, there's moon. So in nighttime, usually, based on our circadian rhythms, we sleep, to gather energy. However, there's a possibility that that is not the most efficient way, or it's not complete way that we could use to maximize our efficiency. And I believe, from my research in the past 3 years of time and time cycles, and the cycles of, as I call them, accumulation and distribution, I believe that there's always a change in cycles, and sadly I can't understand it correctly mathematically yet. So I can't actually tell myself and tell others when there's going to be such cycle or such cycle, but I know subconsciously and I know consciously that they exist, and I know that cycles switch from one to another, and there's many, many more cycles than just basic day and night. There's micro cycles, there's macro cycles, many, many, many years, and then it goes up and down as well. So the thing is, why I'm recording this video is today I was thinking that there's definitely the most efficient way that we can distribute energy, so be efficient, maximally efficient, is if we accumulate energy correctly. And to accumulate energy correctly, what we have to do is, so in my opinion, best ways to accumulate energy is sun, as I mentioned before, but that's not the only way. So sun, it has to be energetically feeding towards us, because it's literally a big, big lamp that physically, on a physical level, it impacts on hormones, and it can be explained physically 100%. So all this esoteric magic that's non-physical, it is actually physical and it can be explained physically. It's just I can't do it yet, or other people also can't do it yet, but everything that has been deemed as magic before has been explained, or a lot of the things have been explained, especially through current research in quantum physics. So what I'm thinking of is that exposure to sunlight, 100%, is something that accumulates us. Exposure to nature, 100%, is something that accumulates us. Exposure to sound and frequency of nature, of waves, so natural sound that follows the, what is it called, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden sequence 1.618. So everything that follows that perfect spiral should energize us. And the main thing is that I came up with is that, as I said, there are cycles, and you can naturally shift into correct cycles for yourself. I don't know whether they're unified for everybody. Maybe you have your own cycles, and maybe everybody has their own cycles, and maybe some people have the same cycles as other people based on their like groups, maybe like there are categories of people that for some reason have the same cycles. You know, maybe there's like 7 or 20 different categories of people, and in that category everybody would be living in the same cycles based on something that they have in common. And I don't know what, I'm just guessing, but it's a valid guess. So how you can shift into these cycles of accumulation is if you stay in silence and calm. So you have to be calm enough to not allow anything to steal your attention, because currently the biggest issue of the current world, biggest issue, and I figured that out recently. Well, it's an obvious one, but I've seen it recently even more when I went to Italy, and I seen all of the beautiful buildings that were built like 1.5, 2,000 years ago, even 500 years ago. It's amazing. And what was the main difference? People were able to dream. People were able to sit in silence. People did not have stuff to do besides, you know, their manual labor. And when they were finished with manual labor, they could just wander. They would allow their mind to just go into places that no one has been in before, and they would come up with these insane, amazing, ridiculous things that they then built, which doesn't happen now, because now if you don't have something to do, you have something to do. You have something to do always. There's not a moment when I don't have anything to do. I will find something to do. Easy, no problem. You open your phone, and if you're a bit better, you will find something better to do. If you're a bit worse, you will find social media. You will find TikTok, and you will find endless scrolling. Up and down, endless scrolling. And that just stops us from allowing our mind to dream and wonder and bring us to these heights. So that's the main issue of current modern world, that your attention is constantly, always stolen. Even if you are incredibly productive and you can manage your attention and focus, it will still be stolen. Even if you follow the best channels on YouTube and you go on YouTube, it will still be stolen. You will still go into something that you might not 100% want because you read something and you seen a thumbnail and it seemed interesting and you went there, and it might not be what you needed. Although I still think that it benefits you, because everything that comes across your way, all the information that's fed towards us based on our subconscious mind and our direction. So it's not useless, it's just we could do much better, but because we don't fully understand what we need and want, and our focus gets shifted and stolen by them things, because we don't 100% understand what we need and want, and we don't have the discipline and the self-control, because our dopamine systems are messed up, because our serotonin systems are messed up. It all adds up in this thing that we can't progress as much as we could. One way to progress more is to be able to accumulate more energy. As I said, what the video is about. And to accumulate more energy, you have to shift yourself into the cycles of accumulation at the correct time. So you have to be able to chill and do nothing, or do something at a moderate, slow pace. Like, for example, walking in nature and focusing on the center of your body is really good to accumulate energy. And I'm 100% sure, and even like walking in nature, it's 100% explained, is good for you, because there's negatively charged ions in the air, in the nature, in the leaves, in the trees, that go to your body and feed your body, basically. And if you are able to do that, you stay in silence, allow your body to shift into the correct patterns, into correct cycles, when you can just Stop thinking, stop talking, stop allowing your attention to be stolen by something. Just stay present with yourself, focus on the center of your body. You will be able to accumulate energy, and you will naturally shift from the accumulation period into the distribution period, which always follows, and distribute energy correctly in the most correct way onto the most correct things for you now. I'm not saying they're the most smartest ever on the planet Earth, but your next distribution cycle will be based on your current self and your current subconscious mind. And even if right now, while you're watching this video, you decide on a new direction that you want to switch your patterns, it's only going to be a little bit better, because you can't fully 100%, 180 degrees turn your subconscious mind in a second. You still need time. So your next distribution cycle will still be based on who you are right now. Everything you have accumulated before. And even if you were making not the most correct choices, you can still make a very, very correct choice because of everything you have accumulated before. And I think a lot of people, me included, we underestimate how much knowledge and information we have accumulated, and how many things we actually know, and how many things we actually know how to do, and what is good for us and what is bad for us. And like down there, we can discern everything, we know exactly. It's just the thing of shifting ourselves in the correct cycle of pausing, accumulating energy, allowing the next cycle to come in silence, distributing energy exactly where it should go, making some reflection, accumulating energy, changing the path a little bit, etc., etc. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. There's no point prolonging this video. If you enjoyed it, if you want to hear more about this, especially about time and cycles, give me a follow, subscribe, give me a like. Peace, enjoy your day.